So I thought I'd take this opportunity to clear up some misconceptions, misinformation and rumours in regards to the car ferry. So let's start at the very beginning of the process. The state government approached us in 2016 when they had earmarked funds of something like $250,000 towards a business case for a car ferry from Stony Point to Cowes. They recognised that there was a missing link from the Great Ocean Road across from Queenscliff to Sorrento, through the peninsula and across to Cowes, and then on to the Prom and onward, further up to Sydney and wherever. They gave us and the Mornington Peninsula Shire the opportunity to have a seat at the table for an investment of $25,000 each, and we certainly grabbed it with both hands. So the process began. The consultants were appointed, and we went out to the community in the form of face-to-face community sessions, as well as Facebook sessions in both shires. The next major step was the release of the discussion paper in November 2017. That also went to the community for their input. All this feeds into the draft business case, which will go before Council in February, on the February 21st. So now let's focus on the business case, the draft business case, which is receiving the consultant's final touches as we speak. A business case is a complex document. One aspect of it is an analytical one, absolutely black and white. It includes the preferred site on a cost-benefit ratio. Literally, you score points on a matrix as to the suitability of a particular site. It covers various components. It includes the depth of the water, perhaps how far out the jetty would have to be built, the impact on wildlife, the impact on the environment, parking and jetty structure, the geographical advantage of a particular location, the cost, and etc., etc. It also includes the economic and environmental impact considerations and analysis of issues such as planning and traffic impacts within the various scenarios. Running parallel to this black and white assessment is the social aspect, now which is where the community feedback comes in. The result of the feedback on the discussion paper, whilst it will be fed into the draft business case, does not impact at all on the matrix score. That is purely black and white and on the cost benefit of the sites. But we must also understand that the preferred site, which we announced last week as being in the vicinity of the Cowes Yacht Club, it is just that. It is by no means set in concrete. It is a preferred site. And as to whether the car ferry is a viable proposition or not, that's still a long way off. At our February council meeting, we will consider adopting the draft business case. I urge our community to wait until then, have a read of it, and then give us your feedback. Thank you.